Bortle here, back from the LCS 11 event of the online format, over 200 players, and we are doing another breakdown, guys, over the Prank Kids deck that got top 8. My goodness. And to join me on this breakdown, we have Jibriel returning to the channel. What's up, Jib? Introduce yourselves, man.
Hey everyone, my name is Jib. How's everyone doing today? What's up, Bordo?
Hey, doing good. Hopefully you're doing good too, man. So, Jibriel, please tell Bortle Nation what you have going on now these days, man.
Yeah, man, I'm on Team Playmakers. Shout out to them, twitch.tv/Team Playmakers 2017. But I'm also working with Lux. I stream on Luxury TV every Friday from 11 to 3 p.m. Doing my Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I also have my own personal Twitch channel that I'm starting up, twitch.tv/Jib on deck. We're going to be doing amazing content there and maybe even dive into a little bit of YouTube.
Oh God, yes. So make sure to check out that information in the description down below. Support our boy Jib. Let's just go ahead and just dive into the deck profile. And right off the bat, you can see his hand trap ratio. He's playing triple Ash, triple Nibiru, and at the bottom you see triple Impermanence. Man, a lot of people are saying Impermanence isn't that good this format. Do you agree with that, Jib?
So like the Prank Kid deck is a really interesting deck because like the engine basically is just like three of all the monsters usually. Like we see in this list that they're playing two Roxys, and then like the deck has room for a lot of hand traps. It's like a Zodiac deck in that type of sense that it has room for a lot of hand traps. So I can understand this player wanting to play a different variation of hand traps because the ban list came out 2 days before this event, so like the format was really undefined. So cards like Ash and Impermanence are just very good generic hand traps going into an unknown format. And then Nibiru, because people are expecting decks like Dragon Link, is a pretty good choice. I don't know how good Impermanence will be going forward with Mystic Mind Dinos seeming to be like the best deck.
Oh yeah, man, miscellaneous is insane. You did say that. Yeah, it's pretty much standard running this ratio for prank hits: the triple dropsies, triple fansies, triple lampsies, and the two roxies, right?
For the most part, it is pretty standard. This player opted to play two Roxys. That is something that like some pranked players like argue about, like and discuss whether you should play two or three of each name. But like, your Battle Butler is the boss monster in the deck, and it doesn't really need Roxys, and all the other fusion and link monsters can use any of the other colors. So the three main colors are actually just the best colors because they do fulfill the requirement for Battle Butler, and Roxy's is like the fourth color that doesn't have anything specific, like any specific uses. So it's just another print kit name. So it's fine to only run two.
Alrighty, and moving on to the spells, we have the one instant fusion, one call by the grave. I guess those are really nice because you got to max them out at one. And double
Yeah.
cosmic cyclone, the one monster reborn extenders, and then the triple pot of desires, triple pandemonium, triple prank hits place, and the two prank hits pranks. So, what are your thoughts on the prank hits ratio spells?
It's pretty standard. I mean, it's interesting that this player didn't decide to play any copies of polymerization. Like some Prinket players like to run polymerization because it allows you to go into totally awesome before your fifth summon, I believe. Like if you open two Prinket names except for the dropsies. But like that play loses to a lot of hand traps. So I can see just wanting to like simplify your game plan and just streamline it down a route that gets you to Battle Butler on your opponent's turn with hand traps and defensive cards like Cosmic Cycle. And then Desires, because you're basically just playing three of everything in this deck. So, like any deck usually in the past that just plays a bunch of three ofs, like playing Pot of Desires really isn't that much of an issue because there is no one card that you care about banishing so much.
Explains a lot. And then finally, we have the triple tactics talent, which a lot of players are pretty much calling this another hand trap.
Yeah, so like prank is so the reason why some people shy away from prank kids is because prank kids is a deck that sometimes can lose to one hand trap. Like the normal summon is very important in prank kids, and the first link into Doodle, unless they just open up like the polymerization spell and another prank kids, is really the choke point of the deck. So a lot of people that play against the Prekka deck are just gonna throw all of their hand traps at the first link summon in order to like stop the play. So if you know that like all of the like you're going to get hand trapped, like there is no like your opponent is gonna throw their Ash at that first summon. Like a card like Triple Tactics Talents is pretty good in a deck like that that you know that you're going to be getting hand trapped.
And he did run a perfect 40, and the ratios are pretty much maxed out, whatever, because, pot of desires. So moving forward to his extra deck, I guess starting from the link side, we have the Roaring Roaster, triple Meow Meow, and then we have a 2 Cockle-Doodle-Doos, Doodle-Doodle-Doo, and the 1 Bow Wow. Do you think these link ratios for the prank hits were efficient?
Yeah, I mean, everything seems pretty standard. I'm pretty sure that 3 Meow Meow is the new standard because, like, you do run through all three. Like, you want to have a grand game, especially in a format like this where there's lots of, like, slower deck. Like, I feel like no deck at the moment is really that oppressive and unfair. Like, the closest thing is, like, dinosaurs to being a truly unfair deck. But even when you play against dinosaurs, unless they draw like insane, the game is going to be lasting over a myriad of turns. So like, especially in like these slower controllers formats, I think like a deck like Prankets can thrive, and you're gonna want to have all 3 Meow Meows because the game isn't going to be ending in 2 turns. Where like in past formats, like the players would only play 2 Meow Meow because like the game isn't going to go that long that you would have to have the third Meow Meow. You would just rather have another utility card. To help you win the game quick, but now that we're in a slower format, 2 Doodle and 1 Bow Wow, that's standard.
Moving forward, we have some of the Nightmare Package, Unicorn, and Phoenix. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, you can see why they're using that because Access Code Talker is the next card, and that card's pretty nice. Blows up stuff.
Definitely. Phoenix and Unicorn, pretty standard along with Access Code. Like, you're usually gonna use, so the way that the deck works is you're gonna fusion summon on your turn, and then you're gonna fusion again on your opponent's turn. And by the time it goes back to your turn on turn 3, you don't necessarily have to use the fusion spell in order to OTK. You're just gonna link climb through the nightmares and draw cards and eventually get to an.
We have the Totally Awesome for you can summon it with Dropsy, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Zeus.
Prankets have a pretty bad Zoo matchup. Like Drident kind of like hurts the deck a lot because like they just destroy your normal summon. But if they Drident your normal summon, like again, like Prankets is one of those decks that just bait so many interruptions. So like your opponent is probably gonna like against the Zoo matchup, your opponent is probably gonna end on Drident going first, and they're gonna pop your normal summon. Then you're able to just use triple tactics talents to take their Drident and attack, and then summon the Zeus on top.
Ooh, that's straight up outplaying. And now we have the fusions, the 1 Washer, the 1 Ride, and the Butler, which you can obviously instant fusion into, one of those. But
Yeah, I mean it's pretty standard. He is playing a smaller fusion engine. Usually you see them play 2 rockets. 1 Washer and 1 Butler is standard, but usually it's 2 rockets. But we can see by the extra deck that they probably cut the second rocket for the Zeus. It's pretty good. I like this list a lot. I thought it was pretty interesting to see prank kids. And if you looked at a lot of the top tables towards the end of day 2, there were a lot of prank kids at the top tables. Like sadly, a lot of them bubbled. Like people like Hanko and D Hager, they were all playing prank kids this weekend, but they bubbled the event sadly.
oh wow, yes, I believe there was maybe a total of like 6 Prank Kid players, and almost half of them topped. So that's pretty cool, wild,
Yeah, by day 2, like 4 of the 6 were at the top tables.
Oh man,
And 1 made it, but like 3 of them bubbled.
that's insane. Prank Kid's best deck. My goodness. Moving
Maybe.
forward, we have the side deck here. It looks pretty standard until you see the Psychic Eraser Laser. Man, what are your thoughts on this card?
I don't know. I personally picked up a set after this weekend. I think this card might be really cool. So like the main reason is outing Winda. Like this card just is a card that just outs Winda. So like without having to like use like a Dark Ruler, which stops you from dealing damage, or droplets that forces you to like lose card advantage. Like this card just sends a Winda from the field to the graveyard, which I think is insane. Or send like a Dolka. Like this card is just really cool. I'm a fan of this card.
Yeah, I feel like this is like one of the most unfair 1-for-1 trades. It's pretty wild. And then we have some more back row destruction, Harpy's Feather Duster, and the 3rd Cosmic Cyclone, following with triple evenly, which I believe is one of the sleeper side deck cards for the format because all the Eldritch running around too.
So like this format, like at least for this weekend, was pretty interesting. We saw that a lot of Lightning Storm. We saw barely any. A lot of Lightning Storm had left the side deck. Like a lot of the top lists, there weren't a lot of Lightning Storm in any of the lists. There were a lot of Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclones, and then like Harpy. Obviously, like people just keeping Harpy. So like I think a main reason for that is because of Shaddoll Schism. People want chainable cards to Shaddoll Schism because Winda is a very powerful card this format. and then a card like evenly matched just like clears the entire board.
So yeah, that's gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
wrap up this breakdown. Thank you again, Jibriel, for being a part of it. So guys, make sure to check out his personal Twitch and all that information in the description down below, and I'll probably drop a comment as well. So yeah, thanks again, man.
You're welcome, man, and make sure everyone sub for Bortle.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, that's it. Bortle out.